Greetings internet and welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This video is going to be an introduction to my second mission in Ambush, the solitaire World War II game from Victory Games from 82, 83. I completed mission 1 back in January 2023. We're now in very late October 2023. I also promised at the end of that video that I would do a game of DVG's Warfighter. God, can't even remember the name. And I did a comparison video before I even started the ambush, because I had played Warfighter years ago. So I set up Warfighter to do a scenario, set up the camera, set up everything to do it, started playing. I was pretty bored, to be honest. Now that could be because it was solo, and I know Warfighter can take multiple players and such forth, but didn't enjoy it. So I shot an intro video and I shot a partway through the first turn, I'll say turn, couple of card plays, and I stopped. And yeah, and if I get bored with something, I'm not going to put it onto a channel that you guys watch it. So yeah, that was all scrapped. Will I ever go back to Warfighter? I don't know. Probably I might play it again multiplayer, see how it goes. But comparing it to this Ambush, the amount of fun I had on that first mission, no, this was infinitely better. So the next question you're probably asking is, well, if that was infinitely better and that was back in January, why all the way till October, late October 2023 to actually do mission 2? Good question. I did have a gaming hiatus, and that was reflected in my videos. I stopped filming videos at the end of January and started filming again at the beginning of September. I think Warfighter might have had something to do with it, plus also work was piling up and such forth. So I've recently started, well, beginning of September, playing some more games and getting back into the channel. I hadn't stopped playing games, I just had stopped recording the games and filming that. Now I'm back into that thing, and currently at the present moment I'm playing War and Peace. I've just finished Anzio, and I thought, and on the computer with opposed, I'm playing Fallen Eagles. I've done a little bit of the Death Valley, Great Battles of the American Civil War. So those are finished. Great Battles of the American Civil War and Anzio. War and Peace I've just started, so there'll be an upload of that coming shortly. But I thought, what do I do next? What do I fancy doing? And I thought, fancy playing a purely solitaire game. And I did toy around with Tarawa, and I thought, D-Day at Omaha. And I thought, War and Peace, Ambush, Mission 2. And that's why we're here. So let's go down to the map. Let's go through what needs to be done and sorting it all out. And probably in the next video I will start the mission. But let's have a look at what's going on the map board. Where's the box in all its glory? Don't it look pretty? Cartoony, the game reflects that. It is the cartoon Hollywood version of World War II, but its decision making and planning, I feel, is maybe not 100% accurate, because obviously I'm not sitting in the mud in Normandy, but as near as damn it as bits of cardboard and paper can do, in my mind. So let's set the scene. This is mission 2, advance on Chasoul, Chasoul, and it's in France, so Chasoul. Yeah, I can't speak French. Anyway, the situation. So it's August 1944. Your squad's parent division is racing across France towards the German frontier in the face of the crumbling German resistance. While your regiment awaits more fuel, your men are sent ahead to scout out the small town of Chasoul. We'll stay with Chasoul. With the Germans retreating faster than you can advance, no opposition is expected, and your men should be able to occupy the village until relieved. Yeah, that'd be a very short and non-interesting scenario if that was the case. So, I'm playing this as part of a campaign. So, mission 1 was the first mission in the campaign, and I noticed as I've gone slightly ahead that the missions in the book, there are 8 missions in total, and they're not in sequential order, in the sense of chronological order is the word I'm looking at. They get more complex as you go through by the looks of it, but scenario 4, or mission 4, is D-Day night drop to Destiny. Well, D-Day is June 6th. This one is August. So they don't quite, well, they don't marry up at all. If I'm going to be playing the campaign, the squad's going to be improving and growing. But the rules for mission 4, D-Day night drop, is 2 separate pages of rules. So and then mission 6 is 1945, but mission 8 is September 44. So I wish they'd put them in chronological order and just let us suffer through. I know I could call mission 4 actually mission 1 and go through them all again once I've learnt them all, but I'm learning this as we go. So yeah, we've just got to take the dates with a pinch of salt, I think. Anyway, so yeah, this is August 44. Now, interesting, as the campaign, I had to read, after playing mission 1, which had taken me 27 pages of the rules, which is quite a lot to chew, I then had to read in a further 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pages about campaigns, vehicles, and how to drive them, how to shoot at them. So I'm expecting a vehicle to show up at some point in this scenario, because it doesn't tell me what I can expect or not expect, which is good. So anyway, continuing with our little intro. So it gives me an option. It says you can use the pre-generated squad, so which is the squad I used in mission 1. Your squad from mission 1, so they will fall with its experience that it's gathered, or a new squad. Well, I'm going to carry on with using the squad that I used in mission 1. Regardless of which you use, buy new equipment from the equipment cost chart using your squad's equipment points. So I found that interesting. It's pointing me to get some different stuff. Anywho, right, so it says use map B. Well, let's have a look. This is map B. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So map A was predominantly countryside with a couple of buildings. This is a village. It's even got a railway track going through it. And this is the map we will be using. Then it says the top of the map is the north edge. North edge. Your soldiers enter the map in any hexes on the west edge. Any hexes along that edge there. Okay. Oh, between A6 and A15. Well, let's mark those. Yes, if you've been watching my channel a bit, you know I'm going to be using some little cubes. I do like my little cubes. I cannot recommend enough buying some little cubes because A, they're relatively cheap, and B, well, as you can see, I use them for many things. I don't just use them in war games. So we're looking from A6 through to A15 inclusive. So there's A15 and A6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could enter along the river. So it's mainly that central area there. No markers begin the mission on the maps. There's nothing on the maps. There's no German. I can't see anything. There are no special rules in this mission. We like that one. And the water barrier on the map is considered a stream. So this is a stream rather than a river. Okay. And then it gives me lists of activation levels, which we'll go through in a minute. Okay. You need 25 victory points to win. You receive 1 victory point for each building hex that any of your soldiers enter. So these being building hexes. Okay. Now how many building hexes do we have? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So there's only 19 on the board, so I need to get other victory points from somewhere. Other ways of gaining victory points may be revealed during the mission. The mission ends in one of 2 ways. 1. All the building hexes have been entered by US soldiers, and all your active soldiers are in the railroad. What's a railroad? Railroad station, which is 06, P5 and Q5. That's that there. That's right. So I've got to occupy all the buildings, have been entered by US soldiers, and all your active soldiers are in the railway, and then they've got to bring them back to the railway station. That's version 1 of the mission ending. Version 2, all your active soldiers have exited the map from any valid entry hexes. So I can end the mission by bugging out, basically. I suppose if it gets a bit too tough, the tough get going. Victory points lost for any incapacitated soldiers can be avoided by moving him off the map from A6 through A15, or if all buildings have been entered, by moving it into the railroad station, so bringing him back to the railroad station. And that's it. That's what I've got to do. So the next question is, what have I got to do it with? Well, let's move these cards out of the way. We don't need them just yet. Let me bring my boys into view. There they are. All right, so what I've done, so I've got my soldiers A through to H. We need to zoom in a little bit. I suppose we can. There we go. Move that along. There we go. So A through H, we've also got their initiative ratings, which will fit on this chart here without the shadow. There we go. Oh, let's move the shadow out of the way for the moment. Which will fit on here. And these are the soldiers that were in my prior mission 1. The only new guy being this soldier here, soldier E, who I did temporarily call, because he was originally called Edwards. He died in mission 1, and I brought back another soldier, and I called him Edward 2. But I thought, nah, that's a bit cruel. Maybe the other guys in the squad will call him Edward 2, but his real name is Evans. So let me bring up my actual sheet, what this is all based on. So slot that in there. Boop. There we go. All right, so each soldier has a box. So the squad leader, Ambrose for A, that's his actual cost. He's also a commander. He's got an initiative of 4, and if we look at his, move that out of the way again, we've got Ambrose here. That's his 4 initiative counter. He's also he's got a PC, perception of 7, weapon skill +1, driving skill 6, and movement point allowance of 4. He's armed with a submachine gun, and he's got ammo, 4 lots of ammo for the submachine gun, 2 grenades, and this little 4 here is the experience points he gained at the end of the last scenario. Can't remember if it's 4 or 6 or 8 experience points. You can actually then start improving some of these skills here. The assistant squad leader, Bell. Soldier B. Sort of logical sequence here. Okay, he's also a commander, so he can lead troops. He's a cost of 8. He's got an initiative of 3, perception 6, 0 weapon skill. So that's a modifier on the previous one. So driving skill 4, and again movement out to 4. He's armed with a semi-automatic rifle. So the M1 Gerard. He's got 3 lots of ammo, 2 lots of grenades, and a satchel charge. We'll come through what all this means, and again he had 3 experience points. Continuing through the squad, Cornwall. Cost of 5, initiative 3, perception 5, no weapon skill, not a very good driver, and movement points of 4. Also SA rifle, semi-automatic. Got 4 lots of ammo, 2 grenades, 1 experience point. So this port is how much the stuff he's porting that, and how much ammo he can carry. A maximum of 6 types of ammo. Different ammos use up different amount of slots, but everything I've used here is only using 1 slot. Dylan, the D counter. 3 cost, initiative 2, perception 3. He's got a +1 weapon skill, driving 4, movement 4, so quite fast. And I've decided to give him the automatic rifle, the BAR, mainly due to that +1 there. And notice that's taken up 2 slots. It's a heavy bit of kit. Okay, so I could arm Ambrose if I wanted to with a semi-automatic rifle as well, but we'll come to that in a moment. He's got 5 lots of ammo and 1 grenade with 3 experience. Evans, the new chap, who everyone calls Edward, but his real name is Evans. Initiative 2, perception 4, 0 weapon skill, driving skill 6. So, you know, he's probably been driving a few early Fords in America. Movement 4, again, SA rifle, 3 lots of ammo, 2 grenades. Fitzpatrick. Cost of 3, initiative 2, perception 3, weapon skill 0, drive 4, movement 4. Again, semi-automatic rifle, 4 blocks of ammo, 1 grenade, 1 experience point. The last 2. Gibson. Initiative of only 1, perception of 2. He has got a +1 weapon skill. Probably he's been shooting out at home, hunting animals. Not a great soldier, but that +1 weapon skill could become important. Don't put him in a car though. Again, he's probably been a farmer and such forth, and hasn't seen a motorised vehicle in his life. Movement point allowance 3. SA rifle, 4 lots of ammo and a grenade. And then good old Hudson, last, and least. Initiative 1, perception 1, weapon skill -1, drive skill 4, and movement allowance of 3. So these 2 at the end are that 1 movement point slower. Again, semi-automatic rifle, 3 rifles, a grenade, and 1 experience point from last time. So that's my squad. On this sheet, I will now move it. And the way I've represented it on here, so I've got their initiatives, counters ready. And anyone who hasn't got a semi-automatic rifle, I've put on the weapons they've actually got. So if we look here, we've given him his SMG because that's what's got the broken side on the other side. And the satchel charge and BAR, and then I've got 1 M1 counter at the end for if any other chap's weapon breaks on there. So that's, now if you remember in the scenario, it said I could choose my weapons for the squad. Well, I must choose my weapons for the squad. And I had 38 weapon points to spend. Now, referring to the chart that comes with it on the charts and tables sheet, you have a set of equipment costs here. So medium machine gun costs 13. Well, you notice I didn't have a medium machine gun because 13, I've only got 38 points. Automatic rifle, yes, that's cost 8. A bazooka is 8. Submachine gun 6. Those M1s, Garand, are 2 points each. Carbines are 2 points and satchel charges are 2. So from that, I then purchased, I know it's a rough working out sheet, one SMG. I kept Ambrose having his SMG. One BAR, automatic rifle, costing me 8 points, and I kept that with Dylan. And then the other 6 chaps have a semi-automatic rifle at 6, that's 12 points. All that is a total of 26. One satchel charge, 28. And then I bought ammo. So on here, we've got ammo. 5 ammo clips, and it doesn't matter what type of ammo it is, costs 1 point. So, and it costs 1 per clip to carry it. So I bought 30 ammo clips, which came to 6 points, taking my total to 34. So that left me with 4 points, which is, well, I bought 4 lots of grenades, and grenades come in bunches of 3 grenades. Cost a point, so I bought 12 grenades. I really wanted a bazooka at 8 points though, and then the ammo for a bazooka is 1 bazooka charge, so it's 1 point per shot. It did interest me that the actual rules included vehicles. So am I expecting a German vehicle of some sort? Probably. But I couldn't afford it weapon wise. I mean, I suppose I could have got rid of the automatic rifle, but that's not in the general squad's makeup. So hopefully when I took the satchel charge, I can chuck that at a tank if one appears, or a half track or whatever vehicles come in the game if one appears. As I say, I'm not sure if one will. We'll find out. That's the whole point of going through the missions, if one actually does. I then, as you can see, done little ticks on different weapons for different guys, and then worked out the ammo, giving it proportionally in the 12, and then divided that all up. So that was me sorting out the ammo and the weapon situation. So I really hope that lack of buying a bazooka doesn't come up and bite me right on the bum. Hence maybe that's why I've got the option to withdraw, you know, if a Tiger appears. And remember, to the Americans, every tank was a Tiger. Yeah, I'd be probably pulling off, because I can't see a grenade or satchel charges are going to do much against a Tiger. But that's why we play these missions, isn't it? I mean, probably if I play this mission again at some point in the future, I'll know there's no... Well, will I know? Because it all, again, depends on how you approach the scenario. Each scenario can be played multiple times, though the basic story remains the same. Depending on how you approach it, different events will happen. So that's my guys. Let's have a look at the terrain in a little bit more detail. That's the map in all its glory. So the play area, the buildings, as we discussed, there are 19 buildings, only 25 victory points. Over here we have the action round track with my guys with their counters here. As Germans pop up and appear, they'll appear on here as well. Action number, as we determine what the Germans will actually do. And that's where we'll have a now quick look at these little cards. Let me just see if I can zoom in on one of them. Whoop, there we go. I'm not saying this guy will be in the game. We just don't know at this present moment. However, these are built all these cards, this big pile of cards here are different soldiers that will appear or might appear in different scenarios. So what's the information we have on this? Well, we have the number, so it'll tell me use German 1 or whichever. The actual counter I've got to use, what type of, you get soldiers, snipers, officers, vehicles. It tells me +1 victory points. That's the victory point I gain for this guy actually appearing on the map. Hence why, remember, there's 19 building points. I need 25 to win. So if this guy comes on and I occupy all the buildings, I've got 20 victory points. And other different Germans will have different costs. His initiative, his perception, his weapon skill, not particularly good, -1, and his movement point allowance. What he's armed with, it's a machine pistol. And then all this information tells me which actual paragraph to look up if he actually does something. So I would roll a dice, depending on the condition level that the scenario is in, will then tell me what paragraph to refer to for his particular action when he activates. So condition 2, 3, 4, A, well, I can't remember what A is, I'll have to double check that. S is self-preservation. A could be a specific type of action that could happen. I'll have to double check what the A means. And there are quite a lot of these cards. That's quite a basic one. If we now look at an officer. Okay, again, German, the number, what counter to use. He's an officer. I get 1 victory point and +2 if I capture him. So that could be useful. Initiative 4, PC 6, weapon skill 1, MP 4. He's got a machine pistol and a normal pistol, Luger. And he's got a few more options. He's got condition 2 and 3, which are on the first soldier, were combined. He's got a difference up to, again, condition 4. And he's got a B rather than an A. And an S, which is, again, self-preservation. And if German 34 is killed, incapacitated or captured, put condition 4 into effect. So little special rules are on these cards as well. Again, I don't know if this guy's going to appear in the scenario. I just pulled him out at random to look at. So there's differences on the different cards. And as you can see, it's quite a substantial deck of cards. I remember mission 1, I think I had about 8 different ones of these cards come into play. So, and I don't think I saw everything in mission 1. So I'm going to put them off to the side until we actually get a German come in. So now I need to talk about how I'm going to actually approach this scenario. Okay, so all my guys, I've got eight guys. I'm going to split them into 2 teams. A fire team and a scouting team that I actually want to go investigate these buildings. So how am I going to split these guys up? Well, Ambrose being the squad leader, I'm going to have him lead the fire team. And in that fire team, I definitely want Dylan, who's armed with the Browning. So it's those 2 guys, definitely. And I think I'm going to give them the weaker 2 guys as well, because I would imagine these guys are going to move less than the scouting team. So that'll be a 4-man team. Squad leader, Dylan with a Browning, and these 2. Well, especially he's a definite numpty. G. Gibson, he's not bad with a weapon, but again, he's not going to be moving very fast. So that is going to be my fire team. That's the plan at the present moment. And then my scouting team, led by Bell, who has satchel charge, Cornwall, Evans, the new guy, and Fitzpatrick. So that's my 2 teams. How am I going to approach this? Well, there's quite a bit of cover here. Woods, brush. We've gone across this stream, and I don't think I'm going to cross it via the railway bridge. That looks a little bit precarious. This is a railway embankment. It's on a higher level than this ground here. So that might provide me with some cover. It depends if there's any Germans located in here, because that's quite a lot of open ground. So looking at the planning, if we can get into this area, then we can obviously start working through the village. And I think that might be my first objective. Or should it? The stream is going to slow us down. I'd like to cross the stream as early as possible, but is it worth actually coming this way round, avoiding a lot of the building, I say, avoiding that open ground? We've got to, if we remain on the hills here, there's open ground again, but hopefully, well, it depends. I mean, there could be a German soldier sitting here, as far as I know, or don't know. You know, a machine gun nest sitting here, firing cover on here. All right, this building's down in the valley a little bit, but again, it could be a German sitting on here. That's one of the things I do like about this. There's nothing on the board. I've got to plan something. So that will be the initial plan then. I'm going to bring my fire team in here, and the fire team will come in this area, and the searching or scouting team I'm going to bring down to this side of the map board, push along here, then get into here if we can, and then advance the fire team along the same path, get them to here, and then once we're on this hill, then start going through the village. Is that a good plan? The other option's the northern path. Again, we've got some woods all the way along the north there, but I don't like the idea of crossing the stream too early, especially if there's Germans sitting around here. That could be disastrous. I think I'm going to have to make maximum use of cover. So that's going to be my initial plan. Let's come back up and have a quick chat to end the video. Well, I'm quite excited now. Now I've actually got the map out, got my guys all sorted out, got a plan. Really looking forward to playing this. However, I've got to go out today. Can I cancel? It's family. I'm going to play the game. I have to wait till this evening or tomorrow evening. In actual fact, that might be the best. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Enjoy it. Savour it. And I think I might need a recap of the rules. I don't think I'll have to do a deep dive, but just another quick skim read, highlights before I get cracking, because I'm always going to make mistakes. All players make mistakes, especially when playing solo. You haven't got someone else going, wait, that's wrong, don't do that. So I think a quick skim read of the rules, especially the enemy activations. I know we won't have any to start with, but no, as in mission 1, I advanced one guy 2 hexes, and it was the first guy that came on the map, got hit by a sniper straight away. And it was like, oh, that changed my perspective of the game completely. I'm now well aware that I could be sniped on the first few hexes, or I might not. I have no idea until it actually begins. So I think reading these again, I can't take it with me, can I? The family event, would that be a bit rude? Sitting in the corner, yeah, hope everyone's fine. Don't mind me. Yeah, can't do that. So, and I've got to stop saying so. Now then, that's where we're at. Getting ready for the mission. Going to reread the rules and either play it this evening or tomorrow evening. Yeah, looking forward to it though. actually quite excited. So, if you could all do me a massive favour, hit the like, subscribe, and any comments will be much appreciated, and the notification bell for when I put up some more videos. That all massively helps the channel. The main thing I like though is the comments. I've noticed that I have had an increase of comments from you guys watching. Love it. The interaction. So until next time, play games safely, enjoy them because that's what they're there for. As I'm really looking forward to this. And until next time, bye internet.